It's been nearly 20 years in the making, but Coon Rapids now has a purchase agreement for one of the largest redevelopment areas in the city. CTN's Jennifer Anderson checks in on an open house for the Port Riverwalk redevelopment.
Coon Rapids Boulevard improvements will occur next year.
Curious residents filled an open house this week to learn more about a 35-acre redevelopment site in the city. Labeled Port Riverwalk nearly 2 decades ago, progress has been slow for this prime bit of real estate along Coon Rapids Boulevard, not far from the Coon Rapids Dam.
It's been a somewhat tough site to develop just because it's so large. There's a market for development at this location, but it's a very large linear site, so we've been working with Centra Homes for the past couple years on some concepts.
Buildings were demolished in the early 2000s to make way for new growth, but the housing crisis and recession stalled earlier attempts to redevelop the land. Now, Centra Homes has signed a purchase agreement to build 145 detached townhomes on the site and expects to have a full set of plans ready by the end of the year. Meanwhile, the city plans to build new trails, lighting, and landscape starting next spring.
It's certainly one of the larger scale development projects we've seen in recent years, and it really is exciting to see this type of housing product. It's something we haven't seen a lot of in Coon Rapids in recent years. We feel there's a good demand for it.
Well, I've been watching them for 3 years, waiting for them to build on that spot ever since I first heard about it.
Longtime resident Tony Walker is anxious to downsize, and Port Riverwalk is how she plans to do it.
Oh yes, I've got my house picked out. I just wish there was a floor plan to go with it.
For CTN Update, I'm Jennifer Anderson.
One big concern some residents have is an increase in traffic. The city will add a third lane to the eastbound side of Coon Rapids Boulevard and also plans to build a pedestrian bridge. Construction on the road and landscape improvements is set for next spring.